Hello, friends, and welcome to our finale of Ballad of Conjurers here on Girls Run These Worlds. Um, I am your storyteller, Valdranth or Rosie Raid. And for the last time, we're going to go ahead and introduce our cast here. I did not tell them what their last question was beforehand, but they're going to get it now, which is, if you became a god, what would your domain be?
Mm.
Just kind of give that a second to mull over. Just think about it. Some of you have longer than others because Gask, you're first.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm nailing this anyway. So hello, I'm Gaskinator. I use she her pronouns. I'm playing Brazen or himbo werewolf who uses she they pronouns. And if I were a god, I'd just be the god of committing to the bit or like some kind of trickster domain. The god of always having a prop.
Nice. I love it. The god of committing to the bit. The most niche domains. I'm here for it. All right. Emma.
Hi everyone, it's me, Emma, or Humbly on the Internet. I am bringing to you today Rowan, who is our fae being who uses any and all pronouns, who became a giant eldritch fae last time. Don't worry about it. If I had a domain, I feel like what would be appropriate, especially for my ADHD superpowered brain, is the god of convoluted stories, where you just take all those routes. That's me.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Angela, you're up.
Hello there, lovelies. My name is Angela Lemos Moreja. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Ileana Leah Camacho, who also uses she, her pronouns. And I know the two domains I would potentially be. One would either be the goddess of transition,
Mm-hmm.
or the goddess in charge of protecting young children. Because I have played it in a one-shot before, and that was easily one of the most emotional one-shots I've ever played. So I'm going to do that again. That's mine.
Nice. You can't have it. You're gonna have to punch me to take it from me. Nice. All right, Rin.
Hello, I'm Ren. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Autumn, the otter person who also uses they, them pronouns. And if I were to be granted with some sort of godlike domain, I think it would be luck, specifically bad luck, because I think, everybody needs, no, I don't even have words for it. Just
No, you take the
bad luck
the bad
abounds.
luck from the world, and then anytime anyone has good luck, they're like, "Thank you, Ren."
I took it for you. There you go.
Yes.
Right, so I guess I'm next. So I'm Fairy Zarina, and I'm playing Bree. It's a morning today. I have no brain cells. And if I had to pick, my pronouns are they, them, or all of them, and Breeze's as well. And if I could be the goddess of anything, it'd probably be weed and sex.
Debauchery. Just your
Yep.
own Dionysus.
Me and Slanesh would get along well.
Nice. I should have a domain. It should probably be something along of like thesis papers on why Tremors is a perfect movie would be my domain. I don't like it is. It is. But yeah. Also, I would be some sort of level of chaos creature because I feel like I'm just the embodiment of like a little chaotic dino cryptid. So yeah, I would just not necessarily a god, just like this thing that just wanders in the forest. And maybe worships me as a god. I don't know. But speaking of gods, we're punching one today. Crew, what happened last time? What does everyone remember? I love hearing what y'all remember because it tells me what you think is important. Recap. Who's going?
And-
We were in the tubies for a while.
We were in the
Mhm,
tubes.
in
mhm.
cells.
About 10 months.
Yeah, Autumn did
Yeah.
a bunch of fetch quests for us.
Yeah.
Killed a loving father.
Why we got to bring that back up?
It's a recap.
Ren basically not Ren, sorry, Autumn went through a training montage complete with rocky music.
Oh yeah,
at
full
times.
wizard apprentice now. Got
Yeah.
the obsidian and then the weird deer spit.
Was there a
Yeah.
moment where it was like the music for the Sorcerer's Apprentice where it's just like everything's floating around? That'd be
Oh
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just weird deer spit floating around, walking down the stairs on its own.
yeah.
Yeah.
We birthed everyone out of tubes, and then we got
Everyone
to
but Leah. Yeah.
yeah, everyone but Leah, and we got to see some wonderful scenes with Leah being worshipped as a new deity because the people of Rand were blessed with babies, eggs.
Yeah. And so and they hatched. Yeah. Some of them even hatched. They had babies because there were all little reptile people in there.
Oh, and I
Mhm.
also got a terrible outfit. 10 months y'all had. 10 months.
It wasn't on the list, unfortunately.
Yeah. But no, it kind of wrapped up. Leah started getting some memories back about an old crew in a past life. And then suddenly there was Tremors in the Ground, which is the greatest movie of all time, apparently.
It is.
And we all rushed outside, and here is a giant standing floor to sky ceiling of that one angel who was being a little bitch.
Who's causing all of the problems?
All of the problems. Sandalphon literally is the whole reason. Yeah, is nobody's having babies
Uh-huh.
because Sandalphon's having a hissy fit. Is now trying to punch their fist through the barrier that has been erected to protect Leah and her little mini domain.
Uh-huh.
And we wanted to go and help because Autumn was very keen to go and kick some ass.
Mhm.
So Rowan turned into their giant Eldritch Fae shape with a werewolf on their back, carrying the other two, and we are now flying towards our friend to go and save her.
Yeah. That
And Betsy.
and yeah, Betsy saw what was going on too and is slowly making her way over that way as well, because there's something large, as almost as large as her essentially, and it's just like in her territory. What the fuck's up with that? That is not okay. She's also gonna be a new mama, so she is just not happy about this. Oh, spoiler, she's got eggs. So Leah, you were I saw this excited baby
I
snails.
like children. The thought of children makes me scream, and it also makes my non-existent ovaries scream.
It makes my existing ovaries shrivel. But like and so hi everyone, I'm a child-free person. Like but yeah, so the you can have mine if you want. Like I love donating my organs. So the Leah, you called homeboy out up there, right? He has been he took one swing at this barrier and you see that crack in it. As Natasha and her priests and priestesses are doing their best to uphold this barrier, trying to protect you. You also see out of the corner of your eye, coming from the south, and something fairly large, not nearly as large as excuse me, I'm very gassy this morning and I'm very burpy, so pardon me y'all for a bit. You see, like, what what does your Eldritch Fae look like, Rowan? Like, what is it for everyone else to like describe, like to know?
Yeah. So they have expanded to a rather incredibly large size. And the wings on their back had been the sort of iridescent dragonfly style, is what they normally have, but they've the wings sort of expanded out. There's now probably like 8 pairs of them. Some are very long, and almost has like, you know, like beta fish tails style. So really big, and rather than that sort of like early spring green kind of color that typically Rowan has of their skin and parts of their hair and stuff like that, it's gone full like summer flower colors, bright purples and oranges and everything like that. And they still have a somewhat humanoid form, but it's just, you know, a little bit Eldritch Fae at the same time. And parts of them just look like it is made of like petals of flowers, and branches, and there's like twigs coming up. I imagine there's sort of it's more like twig-like rather than fauna style antlers, but there is some twig antlers that have grown out of their head as well. It's kind of one of those sites where it's like, this is really pretty and it's also a lot. This is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a little scary even.
Yeah.
But Leah,
Witness
you...
me.
Witness
us on top of you.
I also have a thesis about Mad Max Fury Road. It's also a perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like, no flaws, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So Leah, you see this and like visually unrecognizable, right? Just like, what is coming near me? But the closer that Rowan becomes with your friends, you recognize it as Rowan. Like your memory swells in your chest and inflates, and you know that feeling that you get when you see someone you love for the first time after a really long time, just that right there. That's what wells within you, knowing that your friends are coming to your aid.
Make me cry, and it's just the first little bit of the episode. I'm so happy. I get to
Good.
punch a god and I get to look at a pretty fae. It's all my birthdays all at once.
I mean, from you're still like a month out from your rebirth, but like your rebirth day, but you're good.
Oh, I'll get there. I'll get there. I can celebrate early. It's like celebrating a half anniversary. It's just a month
True.
before birthday.
It's like the anniversary of when y'all left for your adventure almost. It's getting pretty close when you think about it. Yeah.
Well, oh, now I didn't actually want to feel feelings today. Damn it.
What? You came in here not thinking you were gonna have emotions? What's it like?
I was hoping for like anti-emotions to a certain extent, depending on energy level, but I guess
no.
we're starting with emotions.
But we're initiating essentially a fight at this point. Well, I'll let everybody have a turn and tell me what they want to do this round. I will give the priest a turn as well to see what Natasha and her crew kind of like as a whole. Sandalphon will have a turn, and Betsy will have a turn in a round, and when she gets to y'all, something will happen. So just kind of a heads up on that one. So who would like to go first?
Okay, so just to get the positioning right.
You're
It's
riding
all
on
of
a
us-
giant fae, riding towards this angel that you would be a flea on. But yeah.
And there's a giant snail.
And she's like way off in the distance. You probably can't even see her yet because of the way the sun's setting. Like, on flat Earth. Like,
So how close are we now? Like, I'm just
Well,
wondering
yeah.
if there's anything I could do from here, unless we're doing
I
like
would
a team
say
move.
like you
I
were
don't mind going
initiated-
first if it helps to
Yeah.
get everyone in there.
Yeah, you're initiated and you were close enough to jump on it, to spit on it, like you were orbiting the angel, I'll say.
I can, if it's helpful, fly in close enough and then just, rather than the very intentional, like, I am casting a spell and using my vine manipulation, it just sort of like bursts out of me, and rather than it just being vines, there's just covered in flowers of the same color. And they all wrap down, and they're gonna get in, you know, like in and around the shoulder and the arm. I want to create basically a little bridge for anyone that needs it, that can't like
Ooh.
power themselves to their own magic. You can travel down that if you want.
Oh, I was just gonna chug
Little
brie
anchor
at
point.
it, but that works also.
You can jump read it and then you can jump down. Listen, I'm just giving you options. We have a bridge point
Yeah.
now.
All right. Just go ahead and give me a roll for the bridge to see how stable
Okay.
it is. Like, does homeboy like try to shake it off? Like,
Fair enough. We have 2 8s.
excellent. So with 2 8s, that's a critical. So I would
No,
almost
2 and a
say
5, so.
that when it rears its hand back for like another like punch into this thing, not only do you create like a rope bridge, but that bridge starts by like wrapping, those vines will wrap around his forearm, so that you not only are they like there's a bridge on them to get your companions there, but also for the moment like restrained, and instead of going for the barrier would have to use its turn to try to escape your vines.
And then just shout out in a voice that is much louder now. They're not used to it yet, this new form. Just say, stay the fuck away from her.
All right, that's
Lovely.
Rowan's turn.
Yep.
Who's next?
I can go.
Yeah, let's go on 'em.
People with intelligent ideas go first, because I'm just gonna start climbing.
Intelligent ideas.
That was Rowan's job to climb.
I am literally just going to use my wind-powered jumps to take a super cool heroic leap from Rowan's hand onto Sandalvan's back. And as I do, I just kind of launch through the air, draw out my glaive, and I just say something heroic like, "You've taken your last step." And then I'm gonna like poke him with a needle, essentially. Poke.
Roll to poke with the needle. Like, you never know. You could hit the the sensitive spot on the back of his. It'd be like Attack on Titan. Like,
we're gonna practice some acupuncture here. Athletics.
Yeah, athletics sounds good.
Oh, it's an 8 and a 5.
Yeah, so you manage to poke him with the needle, and like kind of with, it's a little almost surprising that you're able to, like, I don't know if I would call it flesh, but through, you know, Sandalfon's essence, you're able to give him a good little slice on the back of his neck for an HP.
Jaeger.
Yeah, because why not? Yeah, you're successful in that. Just, it's, you know, the first hit of the, you got a support spell, and then the first hit of a boss, it's like, oh, it feels so nice.
Just like planting that glaive directly in and just kind of kneeling down, ready to go again.
All right. Who's next?
So we're right up next to Sandalphon, right?
Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
I
bridge
got a bridge,
to,
so I don't have to
his.
jump or anything?
Yeah, you have a bridge on Rowan to like essentially his this. Like,
Okie dokie. Well,
Mhm.
I'll power up my stainless steel because I had to steal one from the wizard guy.
Yeah,
I'll power it up with my little
absolutely.
flavy powers and place it on his arm and give him a good burn.
All right. I would like to point out somewhere in Ulysses' kitchen, he's just like, I'm trying to make eggs. What's going on? Like, I got a meeting later. I need my protein. Like, sorry. Do the
Hard
cutaway.
boil the eggs. Hard boil.
Yeah. So you're trying to specifically to use your fire to hurt him, right?
Yes.
That will probably just to warm up your pan. Go ahead and use an SP on that. So, and then make a roll.
All right. 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's 7 and 3. I think that's it.
Okay, so a 7 is a success. Is it with a consequence or not? I'm not 100% remember, so let's look real quick. 5 to 7 is a mixed success. You get what you want, but your actions have made the situation more dangerous. So you, you whack. Like, what part of your body are you whacking him with?
You said that this is the arm, right?
Yeah, the arm.
Well, so I'll just take my very extremely hot hand and just like place it down on his arm and give him a nice good burn.
So yeah, you are successful with that, removing an HP. And the situation that does make this a bit more dangerous is that that fire from your pan also kind of spreads onto this bridge that is also Rowan. So it might make it easier for him to get away. It might make things harder for Rowan.
Why are you like this? Huh? Why are you like
I'm like this because the game says you made this situation more dangerous. And I'm trying to think, in this situation, what could be more dangerous? The bridge falling. Like, so, thanks, Bree. Who's next?
Is
Um,
Ooh.
No,
Unless you wanna
I'm
get on.
I'm okay with ridiculous action going first.
I was
Yes.
just saying we complete our little party first, this side of the encounter, and then we'll see
Nice,
what
yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the bridge is burning. That's okay because I'm jumping. I'm full werewolf.
Mhm.
I don't exactly know how to attack this thing.
I don't
with-
know if just purely out of the theatrics, if you want some banter and funny, if the bridge is burning and falls, if you hold on to it, I will swing it and swing you onto him.
Yeah.
So you can just like,
okay.
whoop. You feel free to use that in your narrative, should you want.
Well, the bridge isn't burned off yet, but it's yeah. It's
It
just
is on
it's
fire.
it's starting to catch fire. Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I also have SP that I've never spent because I'm not an Arcana person. But my element is metal, and I'm thinking that if I do that with fire, that's not gonna work out unless we're doing like molten metal. I think that there's potential for team ups there in future turns. But for now we're just clawing our way up. It's big leap, and I'm just sprinting upwards while like climbing on this thing.
All right, go ahead and do an athletics check for me for your sprint and climb, because it's a lot of athletic stuff. You're not necessarily attacking him yet. You're trying to get your position, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm just trying to get up there. That is a 6.
All right, you do make this. It's a success, and you're clinging to his hand or his arm or his shoulder. Where are you at?
How high up can I? Because I don't know. You were saying that I was like a flea on this guy.
Oh yeah, total. Like you and Autumn. Like you can get next to Autumn. I would
Yeah,
even
I
say
think
with your
trying to
athletic
team up with
abilities.
Autumn here is
All
probably
right.
the way to go.
You you make this leap and you get kind of like on the back of his neck with Autumn, like Attack on Titan style. And the way that this becomes slightly more dangerous is his attention is now sort of on you and Autumn instead of maybe Rowan, who is the bigger person. Like
Nah, we're the tanks. Ugh.
okay. It's like an Inuyasha when Miyoga jumps on, like like sorry.
Maybe that's
Cool.
what we do. We just get him to
Mhm.
like swat at us like we're little flies. Just yeah.
Leah, you're next.
Um, so he's trying to punch through the barrier, correct? Or rather, Xenophon's trying to be a dick and break this barrier to
Yeah,
protect
he's trying to
everyone.
get to you. Yeah, specifically. Mhm.
I think from where I'm at, I just want to let a like swirl of feathers rise up
Mhm.
into the air and go to any spots where the barrier is even remotely weak. And I wanted to propose something. Can
Mhm.
I make like a mini flash bomb that that could occur, because I chose an ability that I called it Radiant Sunburst, where
Yeah.
basically I can alter light conditions at will to just basically let off a flashbang, like
Mhm.
in Xenophon's face if
Almost
he tries to punch it.
if you just try to punch through, almost like a delayed sunburst, like a
Yep.
delayed fireball sort of thing.
Just go like,
Okay.
don't
Um
mind me, don't mind me. Feel free, punch the feathers.
yeah.
I would dare you. I dare you.
I will allow this, but if you fail, it immediately goes off inside the barrier.
Okay, I'm glad this is Arcana and I have 3 for that.
Yeah, and if it does become dangerous, that means that there could be danger within the barrier if he punches through it. Whereas, like, if you're doing it, if you have your success, it'll just hurt him, sort of thing, when it
I
happens.
think that's fair.
Mhm.
I am a newly christened
Newly
bird
christened.
godling. I can only
Mhm.
control my new power so much.
Mhm.
That's 2 8s and a 5, so that's 8.
Beautiful.
So that is a full success.
So that is. So you sort of like not even you even see it in a way that this delayed sunburst almost like while he's distracted with the fleas and the uh um the giant fae like he is doesn't notice that you sort of fill in the cracks like mold almost, not realizing that you are essentially setting a bomb for him. He is unaware currently of that situation. He probably just thinks you're just repairing the barrier, not that you're setting a trap. Okay, and so with that, we're gonna go to his turn. And I'm gonna get my dice. I need 8, so I only have D10s and 4s for a different game. Man. I'm gonna get my dice because he is gonna with his free hand attempt to swat some fleas from his back.
They have names.
So he did get a singular 8. So I want each of you, Brazen and Autumn, to take an HP.
no.
off. And you are now
Am I too small?
you're not on the back of his neck. You're on his
Okay.
arm. You're on his arm with the bridge. So that's the thing. Each take an HP, and on your turn we'll figure something out. But you are currently both falling off his back because he like swats you off. So y'all just go flying into the air, very like anime style. Like it's just I see the comic, the still of it happening, and it's just like, oh, okay. Sorry, my imagination is a little nuts this morning. So yeah, you're swatted off of his neck. The snail gets closer.
Could it hurry up a little bit?
It is a snail. Like, it is a snail. So it gets about like 20 miles closer to you. And maybe now y'all are starting to be like, wait a second, that's not a large mountain moving our way. Especially those of you who are falling and you're just looking in that direction. It's like, that's a snail. That is a giant kaiju. Y'all see that. Within the barrier with Yulia, Natasha asks what you want them to do other than keeping the barrier up. Like, is there anything that she could tell people on your behalf? Like, do you want them to fight? Do you want them to hide? She is awaiting your command.
First priority is to protect the children. That one happens first. I think that's her. She is in very like concerned mom mode. She's like, all of these are my kids. If you touch them, I will kill you. But until that point, until I have killed the person who's trying to hurt my babies, please protect my babies. So that's first priority.
She is going to try to issue a panicking command. And there is mobilization with some of the people to get the families into the pyramid, because pyramids do also have an underground quality to them as well. So there's an evacuation of the city that is beginning to happen, and going underground. Cool. One last thing happens is you feel next to you a familiar presence, and it tugs on your feathers down, if you want to look down to see who it is.
Womp. Looks down.
No has a cutlass. Let's go.
I have a goddamn. Oh,
I'm ready.
This is the best of all possible worlds right now. I don't care if multiverse theory doesn't work for me. This one we're living in is the best.
This is the best timeline right now, just because of this little gecko with a cutlass.
This is the 1 in 14,657,000 possibility where we win. It's this one. Or a small
the
lizard
little gecko is just coming up like.
Like, got you. It's just pulling a Doctor Strange on us. I love it. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back. You could go into the same. We'll go into the same amount of the same order. Where Rowan, you were up first. Your limbs are burning. Bree's hanging on to essentially the wrist hair of a sandal fawn. Brazen and Autumn are falling. Leah's setting the bomb. Betsy is coming closer, and there's a tiny gecko just ready to wreck shit.
Okay.
Mhm.
There are a lot of things there that could pull their focus. I don't know if it's too far reaching to do something that causes harm but also tries to anchor friends to this person.
One or the
Um,
other.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel, you know what, Brazen will just like catch on. You know, like when a cat nearly falls and they latch onto you. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Autumn controls the winds now, right? Um, I think because Bree is no longer on the bridge itself, I'm gonna call that back to try and remove the thing that was on fire, and then lash out another like a group of maybe 5 vines sort of spiral out and wrap around the arm now, all the way down if I can. And then I want really giant thorns to sort of protrude out of them and into him, so it's going to constrict and pierce if possible.
Yep,
So
and
I'm
that
going for the
one
harm.
that is a big harm too.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and spin an SP on that one, please.
Yep. I will spend one. Is that the thing that we have? Do we have 3 or 4 of those? I forget how many we have.
You have 3. Mhm.
Okay. And then am I rolling Arcana for this?
Yeah, it sounds like an Arcana roll.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Okay. There is an 8 there, so that's good. 8, 1, 6, and 4. It's only the 8s we
8,
pay
1,
attention to.
6,
We
and
just need the
4. Yep.
1, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
just need the
just the
1.
1 success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you pierce his body with your thorns and this black and golden ichor sort of comes out of his body for an HP. You see what looks like Sandalphon splitting in 2. As its twin is just coming out essentially of the other side of it, for an assist, I suppose. Though the scream and the bellowing doesn't sound happy about it, but is there, and you are now on form 2. So that's what happens in JRPGs. There's more forms, and I will like 1
Choir's
minute.
coming in now to the score.
Yeah, I need to take 1 minute because I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
But I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
What just happened? He just got an assist.
Yeah, split himself into 2, and now it's him and twin,
Split
which must mean
myself
that
into pieces. This is my last resort.
I'm going to. Okay, so we have a problem here. Can we have
yes.
Betsy take the other one, please?
I don't know if it's like split into like there's now 2 of them, or if it's just one of those where like the top half has started to split off.
If you want, I do have my little cauldron and soup spoon, and I can go and try and lure Betsy to one particular one if you want.
Yeah, we need to try and get this. Ideally, we only want Sandoval. We don't want to kill the twin, because the twin wasn't a bad person. I don't believe.
Depends on how they've split. Because like if it's the same consciousness in the 2, then you'd need to kill both of them.
Yeah, to get them in the line of fire with Betsy,
Like
like
those
laying
annoying
on the train
guys,
tracks.
those annoying enemies that I'm thinking of Slay the Spire, but they're linked in a way that if you kill one and
Yep.
don't kill the others within 2 turns, then
The other one will come back.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, you know, it's fine. We're on form 2 now. We're getting it. Well, some
And there's
people are
no
falling
third
off, but
form.
don't
This
worry
is
about
the
it.
last one.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
there-
Yes,
there
that's
is
the way
no other
JRPGs work.
form.
There's just two.
Yeah.
Because we were
At least
told
he
it's
didn't come
one,
with two
two,
healers.
Yeah.
Oh God, I just imagined what if you gave the angel a healer? I'm like, nope, nope, nope. They're
Have you
not
ever seen
entertained.
that image of like the Pope, and he has his two little cardinals next to him, and it looks like a JRPG scene?
No, I have not.
I will have to
Give
find
me
it
the
and
one
post
that
it.
has like all the weird artwork stuff behind him, so that it looks like there's like it's like terrifying boss aura in the two ads next to him. I have seen that, Barry. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
It is.
Yes, let's not fight that.
All right, we're back. I'm just also marking things that are quote heroic, whimsical, uneasy, stuff like that for break time if you get some SP back sort of thing. So cool.
Mhm.
We're at Autumn's turn now.
Oh,
Autumn,
no.
y'all are falling.
We're falling.
Yeah.
I am going to like turn and twist in the air and face Brazen and be like, well, it was nice fighting with you.
Oh yeah. Huge honor. Did we set up our tubes again?
I don't know about you, but I got one in backup.
Yo. I was also gonna ask, you said we're falling. How far did we get like blasted back as well? Like, are we within reaching distance?
Um, call evens or odds.
Odds?
Okay. You're not within reaching distance.
Don't worry, I've got something for this.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Since we're falling through the air, and because air is everywhere, I would like to calm my mind as we're falling, and after making that joke about having my tube ready, I will think to the wind's element and say, just a small gust for me and my companion to push us back towards this foe. And
I would also like to point out I'm sorry, I had a big brain moment here for you because you're also in charge of water.
Mhm.
And what makes clouds but water and air? And I just got a Nimbus Cloud Dragon Ball thing in my brain here. Like
That is not where my brain went. My brain went Stormglaive to just create a
there's
cloud
also
to
that
shoot
too.
lightning. I'm
If
just
you just want to do a gust of wind, that's like an SP, but I will say you have Nimbus Cloud writing powers, element for 2 if you wish. So
holy
it's up
cow.
to you.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even thought of that. You know what? Let's go with that Nimbus Cloud. Let's make it.
Yes.
But let's make it shaped like an otter because that's adorable.
That's adorable. I love it. Yeah, go ahead. 2 SP, make a roll for me. Arcana, please.
And if possible, I'd love for this to
It's fair whimsy.
form to save both of us, because I'm not going to let Brazen fall to their death. That would be awful.
Thanks, bud. It's real. That's real sound to you.
Okay, so I rolled a 7,
Okay.
and yeah, 7 and a 4.
Yeah. It quote unquote makes it more dangerous for both of you. I would say that the little consequence, you do make a Nimbus Cloud, right? Like it's there and you're able to catch yourself on it and catch Brazen on it. I would say that the consequence of this is with a 7, it's not going to be too bad. Let's say that your Nimbus Cloud will only exist until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be the consequence to that. Bree, you are up.
Can I use my little cauldron and soup ladle and go fly up to Sandal? Wait, how many Sandal funds are there right now?
There's a Sandalphon and a Metatron.
Okay, and we're trying to kill the Sandalphon, right? Just the
they're
Sandalphon?
kind of both after you, so you can. What I don't know. What are you trying to do? Like,
Okay, so that's I can't decide. So odds, evens, and even is Sandalphon. So I'm gonna fly up to Sandalphon in my little cauldron and soup ladle, and heat up my little frying pan again, and try and stick it in his eye.
okay, so there's a lot going on here. What are you using to get your cauldron to fly?
I guess my magical bat. Well, isn't it just? Didn't I put a flying cauldron?
Did you? Okay, you did put a flying cauldron for a special ability. Gotcha. Okay, since the flying cauldron is your special ability, sure. Like, it is going to be like again to use your fire
No,
to
this is
poke
an
him in
SP.
the eye. Here's what's up. He doesn't have eyes.
Does he have an equivalent type of thingy that I can poke him with?
No. Like, it's
Well, this is unfortunate. How is he an
Let's-
angel with no eyes?
hold
Huh?
on. I know, right? It's like where are
I
all
mean,
the angel
most
eyes?
angels have many eyes. So many.
Typically inaccurate.
Yep.
I know, right? And he is a biblical one too. Let me get everyone an actual picture of Sandy here to sort of
Sandy. Picture of
There's no place to
Sandy?
hide.
yeah, it's just go to the
Whoa,
angel-
whoa, Sandy.
All right, let's see here. Let's see. They are seraphim, I think. So, yeah. So this is I'm putting it in Zoom and then I'll put it in Twitch chat. But this is what Sandalphon and Metatron look like.
Oh,
So they have vagina faces.
Yeah, they have vagina faces, and it's just a void.
Stick it in their hole.
um,
clip it. What viewers, you know what to do. Clip it.
Oh, they got their dogs out though. Look at them. Look at them giant feet.
true, it's true.
Well, since they don't have eyes,
Mhm.
I guess I will just poke them in the face with my hot little thingamabob.
Just poke it in the labia there.
Yep.
All right, go
Just
ahead.
burn it in the labia.
Roll. It's hot, so it'll be an SP. Go ahead and roll a
7.
A 7. Yeah, who are you doing? You're on Sandalphon?
Yes.
Cool. Great. The other one isn't quite all the way out yet, so that's good. Yeah,
That's what she
you
said.
are successful in it. The consequence with the 7 is that the heat is absorbed out of your frying pan, and you would have to spend an SP to light it back up. I know. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least I'm not lighting my friends on fire anymore, so I'll take it.
That is true. That is true. It is good. Brazen, you are up.
Okay, so I'm on the cloud.
You are cloud surfing with Autumn right now. It is very, because it's also an otter cloud. I hear the never-ending story music like in my head playing.
Never-ending story.
Yeah, that's exactly. Dun, dun, dun.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay. So, that's what's
DMC'd
happening.
immediately.
Yeah.
Um,
It was less than 30 seconds. We're fine.
mhm. Yeah, don't worry.
Mhm.
Twitch won't be able to pick up on our pitch perfect cover. Okay. And
Y'all are
we're-
you've flown in close enough to do something. So
and
but
we're
there's
on the
two
non-vagina side.
angels. Yeah, there's 2 angels now. Y'all are coming up from behind though, not you come from the back end, not you know, not the
Yeah,
vagina side.
we're close to one angel though, is it, or what?
You're close to both of them. Like,
Okay.
the other one is literally coming out of the other's body.
True. So true,
Mhm.
actually. In the photo they're holding hands, but
They
I
are,
feel like
yeah.
it's a little more intense
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leap off the cloud onto this guy, and I think I'm just trying to do something the one that Bree already attacked, because
Yeah.
I want to try and get focus off of Bree, but also do some damage.
Are you jumping on the back of like the same place you were before when you got it swatted off? Are you trying? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we might as well do like a front and back situation.
Yep.
You
Yep.
get the eye, I get the back of the
Just a
head.
double team this guy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spit.
Understand.
No. um. Yeah, I'm trying to think about what could impact more. Like, because I'm trying to think about what creates the most damage than just falling on this guy and going like, eh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna use my metal powers to. Can I? Yeah, I have SP to augment myself almost, and my own claws and like, body, I guess, just to have my own basic like armor that I've created,
Mm-hmm.
and then like weapons.
Like an Iron Man werewolf.
Yeah, I just leap off the cloud and I'm just going like,
Yes.
yeah, it's my own mech suit.
You're making
Mecha werewolf.
Yes, you have a mech suit werewolf, like, so if Brazen was a D&D class, she'd actually would be an artificer barbarian.
Yeah.
Which I'm here for, apparently.
That's terrifying to imagine. I just want to note that for the record publicly.
No. You know what this has immediately made me think of? Digimon. Because
So,
you have
yeah,
Metal Garurumon.
You are Metal Garurumon right now. Holy
Yeah.
shit, my life is complete.
Yeah.
We truly are a trans allegory now. So like, I had to listen, once Digimon gets thrown in, like, it's, yeah. So what is I will say, like, go ahead and make me a roll to see how stable, like, and you're gonna punch this guy in the back of the head, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and make an athletics. I actually kind of go ahead and make an athletics roll for me, and depending on what you roll, there could be consequences on how stable your suit stays. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Perfect. Your suit stays on you as you leap and just like Autumn, you've never seen anything like this in your whole life. But Brazen is now Metal Garurumon and has leapt from the cloud in a metal suit and has jumped on the back and essentially is trying to give Sandalphon a concussion. And you do it for an HP. You get something on there. Does this this is pretty heroic, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put another part for heroic in there. Yeah, that's heroic. Like, also there was some whimsiness with the flying cauldron. So
I'm sorry, I was looking up Digimon because I was trying to think if I was thinking of the same one, but I was unfortunately a very not based Digimon Data Squad enjoyer, and that's the only series I got into. So I was thinking of Makalgamon, but no, Garurumon, yeah.
I'm old, so I watched it when it first came out. So Metal
Same.
Garurumon is like
Not
It's like, yeah, also old.
It's not that old. It's only 20 years old.
Right. Which 20 years ago, I was 17.
I was 10, so that works
So
out.
I was
like,
3.
yeah. So anyway, the God, my high school graduation is coming up. Shit, like 20 years. Anyway,
Happy things,
so,
Val. Happy
yeah,
things.
happy things. I don't live there anymore. It's fine. So the yeah, and it's sort of like, it's very interesting when you hit him in the base of his skull. There is like this reverb, like this vibration that kind of creates a bit of like a sound wave. Like you just, when you see a sound wave move.
I rung his bell, yeah.
Yeah, you rang his bell a little bit. Which, just makes Betsy maybe, I don't know, move a little faster. But Leah, you are up. What's your turn looking like?
So I have a question. So just to recap, at least in regards to Rowan, is all of your wood related stuff has been burned off, or have you just rechanneled it?
I
Just making sure.
rechanneled it, yeah. So I dropped the bridge and sort of recoiled those back, and then created these 5 vines that are now wrapped around one of his arms with the thorns.
Would you like to do a combo move?
Yes,
Okay, so
hacking, yes.
because I was like,
Teamwork
depending
rules.
on because I have light abilities, but I also still have fire, and especially if the vines are holding them down, I definitely have the 3 SP to spend on damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like a burning wood elemental to just summon up that looks like the most chaotic fey tinged bird you have ever seen, and just launch it at like directly where the vulval face opening is. That's not a phrase I ever thought I would say during a game. The things you learn, the things you end up saying
Yep.
in
Yeah.
TTRPGs. But
So this is how this is gonna go. You're gonna get that set up. It's going to go off on Rowan's turn because the teamwork
works.
roles need to be next.
Yeah. That's
there's
fine
the
with me.
setup and stuff. And then I will have both of you roll your Arcana, and we will take the better of that. I think that's how it's. Well, you know what? That's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily say
Yeah.
rules wise like how the
Yeah.
rules for that are determined. So
Yeah.
GM Fiat rules the day.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a Fiat. I think I'm more of like
Discretion, bullshittery.
a Toyota
I am God here.
I'm more of like a Toyota Corolla, I think.
We're a troll.
Or troll also.
Like-
So I think she just raises her arm up, and like there is a swirl of phoenix feathers that create her staff again, and she just holds it out as a focus, and she utters the following: blight of death which threatens life, be cast into the flame as I call on fire to unleash the divine upon my sanctimonious enemies. And just start just building up through the vines, just slowly create. Actually, now that I think about it, it's basically a wood fey phoenix wicker man.
Baby, we're making a baby.
We're making a baby.
it could like covered in fairy fire.
Yes.
This is the best of possible worlds. This is now the best of possible worlds. We have a Digimon, we have a Nimbus Cloud, and we have a fey phoenix baby wicker man.
This is very
Yeah.
JRPG.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
very
It's all
JRPG. This is the
happening. You're like, this
correct
is
way to do this.
so many
Yeah.
genres all in one thing. We love it.
This is very JRPG.
Yeah.
So like, or at least the end of a fucking anime. I don't know. Everyone's charging their lasers. So it's the twins' turn. You have Sandalphon, who y'all have sort of been wailing on with good reason. What you end up having is Metatron completely emerging from their twin's body. There is sort of like, y'all see probably attached, if they both had kidneys, like this chain shackled around Metatron's waist, even to stay attached to their sibling. And Metatron is gonna go first, getting its bearings straight and looking around. You have a flying otter, a flying hobbit, and a cauldron, and a werewolf and a giant fey creature. It's honestly like he's just gonna kind of look at the bigger of the things, which is Rowan, who is trying to attempt this move right now. And you see he's gonna sort of hold his palm out and shoot this radiant bolt at you, like a guiding bolt.
We love to see it.
All right, so he got 7. So it does hit you for it's a big hit from a big guy, so it's gonna be 2 HP.
Oh, so we only have the
yeah.
3, don't we?
You only have the 3.
Cool.
But I'm gonna at break sort of let some things happen. There's also people who hopefully have heals. We'll see. Like you have 2 on that. Its consequence, however, is even from far away, someone is somebody's turn goes up on the round, and that's the giant snail's turn. It will what you do start to see from a distance at this point, the snail has somehow gotten quicker. Y'all see almost in like Godzilla fashion, but not like, because she doesn't have spines, she has a fucking shell. You see the charge and the spiral of her cell, even from your distance, just go boom, 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 boom. And at the end of the beginning of her next turn, she will shoot.
Shoot what exactly, Val?
Yes.
Firing her snailser.
She's charging her snailser. Sort of thing. Okay, so that you now there's like Natasha. So Natasha is going to attempt, because she is a priestess. She is, who has HP missing right now? Raise your hand. And breathe, I think. Everybody does except for Leah. Okay.
Do I?
Hey
Okay.
there.
Yeah. She's going to attempt to conjure a rain cloud, and essentially do a healing rain on all of you. That would heal you for we'll see when it rolls.
Just Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande on in the background.
Well, roll to 5 on this, so everyone gets 1 back that is outside the barrier. And that is Natasha. Natasha's roll. No. on the other hand, No is going to look at Leah doing her charge and helping everything, and it's just like, I don't even know what I can do. I'm all the way down here and I'm so tiny and everybody's doing magical stuff and I just have this little sword. I'm gonna chuck it. And just with this amazing strength, just chucks his cutlass. Like, he rolled an 8. So the cutlass sneaks through one of the cracks in this barrier, not igniting your bomb, luckily enough. Sort of, and just kind of like in Metatron's cheek to give Meta like, it's like, my special ability is I can chuck anything. Like, that's
all I'm imagining is it's the energy of the meme of the person finding the scroll of truth, but it's just no finding the scroll of truth is a cutlass that just reads, you don't have magic, you just have this sword. So he goes just chucks it.
And here's what's hilarious. As soon as the little cutlass like cheek pokes, it's back in No-No's hand. It's like, I can do this
It
again all day.
returns. It's a returning cutlass.
It's all day. Like,
Yeah, no, a valet. They gotta they gotta have everything
this was
on
my
hand.
bonus from the funeral last year. Like, remember I had to work overtime? Like, this is what I got with it. It was just enough to retire and get back home with a cutlass. So that's what's happening. I'm just continuing because I see Angela laughing. So
I can't breathe right now. I'm actually choking on laughter.
Man, well, cool. So Metatron went, Sandalphon didn't go. So what Sandy will do is also, like, you know, has a metal, just 2 little flying things around. Brother's got the giant Fae. No, wait, is the snail coming? You're going to see, what can they do? They have their element is light. It's gonna kind of pull the same thing that its brother did, but on Rowan again. Because you're just big and you're also charging up a laser, so you're a little dangerous. So they get 3. Oh no. I rolled 2 8s. So they definitely succeed critically. So that is 2 SP on you again.
I'm at 0.
You're at 0. So here's the thing with that. And this is what happens in JRPGs when you're charging up a team move. That move is getting canceled.
Yeah.
As Rowan does. Rowan, what does you going unconscious look like?
I think as they're kind of hit by this energy, they'll do that. It has to do like the slow-mo, you know, being knocked back move, that is also very common to JRPGs. And as they start to fall, all of the parts of themselves that looked like they were made of flowers, it's just like these petals are left and are just streaming in the wind as they shrink down to their tiny little fairy form and just onto the ground.
Begin to go into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it might actually be better that you're down there. We'll see. With that, like, you see this, Leah, I will let you on your own, because it would technically be Rowan's turn next, if you want to roll for a lesser version of what the teamwork roll is, that is just your fire, I would let you do that. Like for half of something to go off.
Okay, that works.
Mm-hmm. What does that look like? So it would be you right now.
It is my turn.
Yeah. Well, it's like Rowan's turn, but it's, you know, it was supposed to set off at this moment,
Right.
like literally right before. So cinematically, what does like half of it look like?
I think it changes focus in that case. I think without it having the wood to sustain it,
Mm-hmm.
it switches to there is like a shriek that is a yell of both concern and fury.
Mm-hmm.
And the bird actually swoops down. There's no wood composing it. It's just entirely made out of feathers that are on fire to like wrap itself around Rowan. And I want to use the healing flame ability that I have that I haven't been able to use to bring them back up.
Absolutely. Go ahead and just there's not gonna be consequences, but it's gonna be like a D8. And depending on if it's a 5 through 7, you'll be back up for 1. If it's success, you'll be back up for 2. And if it's no, what did you get though?
It was a 1.
It was a 1.
Well, because it's only the 1d8, correct? Because it's not using Arcana.
If you want to use Arcana for more, go ahead.
There's a 5. So
there's a 5. You're up for 1. Rowan, surrounded in flame. You're your tiny form again. Like you're not gonna get a turn at this point, because you just went through a lot again. So we're gonna go ahead and get to Autumn next. Into this turn, your cloud goes. So what are you doing while you still have it?
I am going to ride that otter cloud around Sandalphon's body, straight towards the giant gaping hole in his face. And I'm going to position my glaive out and basically just charge straight into that face hole.
Okay, charge into the face hole.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an athletics, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And as the cloud's streaking forward, I brandish that glaive. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
All right. So with the 6, it's a mixed success. You drive your glaive into the face hole, into this void, and it's fairly solid, right? And HP is taken off, and it's interesting enough is that you notice that when you hit it, Metatron grabs its face in pain. As if health is being siphoned. You know how twins in the womb will try it. That's essentially is what's happening here. And there is a combined HP pool. And it's gonna take from its sibling. And also on top of that, with actual consequence, is you're there and your glaive is in there, and you're just hanging from your glaive from his face. Like with nothing, with a very, very large drop going down. Bree, you're in a flying cauldron next to Autumn, however. Like, what are you doing?
Is Autumn mostly okay?
I'm dangling and I'm just kicking a little bit, but I'm doing fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Would you
Right, this
define
is
these
fine.
kicks as whimsical, like little like tee hee 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 kicks?
Just little leg kickies. Leg kickies. Yeah.
I will hop from my cauldron onto Sandalphon and try and help Ren get back up on Sandalphon.
Okay, so you're just gonna do are you doing it with like your physical abilities or your magical abilities, you would say?
We'll take a risk and roll the 1.
Okay.
I got a 1.
You fall out of your cauldron. You slip and you're just it's okay. You will you got the end of your next turn before you splat. So that's what's happening. You're just like you see Bree like come in, it's like, I got you, Autumn. Reaches over and like comedically it just chips a little too much.
It's like someone trying to stand in a dinghy and just like
yeah, tips a little too much and just so this is excellent. We're making really good time for what I want to do. Brazen, it is your turn.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm still
On the back of its neck.
cool where I am, right?
You're cool. Like, you're all right.
Hasn't done shit to me.
No.
I wasn't falling or unconscious. Okay. Yeah. I think I might just keep hacking at him. In a way.
Mhm.
With my wolf mech suit. Because I don't know, I don't see a more effective way other than being in a wolf mech suit to do damage to this guy.
I will say, even Brazen in all of Brazen's brazenness, like you also noticed the chain siphon when Autumn came with their glaive into Sandy's face. You noticed the energy being siphoned through the chain from Metatron to Sandalphon.
Yeah.
So just to kind of let you know that in case you want to do something about it.
I
Break
mean,
that
it sounds like
chain.
a fun thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fun thing to do to just charge into his face and just go feral in it. Yeah.
All right, what are you doing?
The chain by Fleetwood Mac is you will never break the
Break
chain.
the chain. I would like to say there was like a point where my bangs were like a little flippy and my hair was a little flippy this morning. I was like channeling my inner Stevie Nicks there for a second. If only I was a blonde, but I'm not.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So what are you going for?
Head on attack, I guess.
Sandalphon, the chain, Metatron, what are you attacking? Sorry, I just need to know what your target is.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I think okay. What was Autumn attacking again?
Autumn attacked Sandalphon,
Sandalphon went to
right?
Mettaton.
Yeah. Sandalphon's HP was restored from its twin because of the chain. He's siphoning twin energy to stay up. Stay
Oh yeah,
healed.
break the chain then.
There we go. That's what I was trying to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Look,
Break the chain.
I think I method acted Brazen a bit too hard. Okay.
Like, imagine you have like your PS1 controller and like it's like that one scene in Final Fantasy X where like Seymour has that one guy that keeps like healing him. It's that. Sorry, I just made
See,
yeah,
I'm
I
the
don't know.
person in JRPG boss fights when it's like there's a gimmick to this one that you have to like figure out. I'm like, I'll just brute force it. It's okay.
Yep, for sure. All right. All right.
So I think I just dive bombing the chain.
Fuck yeah. This is an athletics check in your
Wait, is
metal.
the chain metal?
It's made of something. Yeah.
Okay. So can I manipulate it in any way?
You can
With
try.
metal? Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll dive bomb it because I have 0 in Arcana. So we're
You can
just gonna
try that too.
Brute
Yeah,
force,
we're just gonna
brute force.
brute
Yeah.
force, smash it, smash it.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll in athletics.
Okay.
Brazen has chosen smash in the
ooh,
smasher pass.
Yeah.
That's 2 1s and a 5, so 5.
All right, so 5 is a success.
Mhm.
You are dive bombing it pretty hard, and your consequence is you hit it and you do an HP worth of damage from it, but your consequence is you're gonna take a fall damage of HP against this chain because that impact just bombs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the chain has HP, Metatron has HP, and Sandalphon has HP. Just to let y'all kind of know the way that this works, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's Brazen. We are at Leah's turn.
So what exactly did Brazen just do that I missed?
Brazen dive bombed the siphon chain and did an HP on it.
Oh, the thing that's siphon chain? Wait, what?
Siphoning HP from its sibling. Yeah.
I don't. This is a cheap tactic to extend a boss fight. I don't like this. I'm going to burn this immediately. She is just going to no. You don't get to cheat about life. You don't get to cheat your way out of getting partners when you're just being you have a repulsive personality and not going to work in yourself, and you're not going to cheat out of getting extra life off of your sibling. Burn. I just want to try and burn the chain away.
Sure. How much SP do you have left over?
I think I have. Well, no, wait. I don't think I can do that in that case because I used a special for the flashbang, and I used one for getting Rowan back up. So I only have the one, unfortunately.
You can still have one, so it's just not gonna be as effective, sort of thing. Like, you can't have it roll 2 or 3 HP, but if it's successful, it could do something, with the fire. So,
I also just realized what the complication would be. Sorry, Brazen, if this doesn't work out. Yes, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, go ahead. Brazen's like, I'm good. I'm a metal wolf. I'm metal Garurumon.
If I go out like this, I'm fine.
That is 6, 5, and 1, so 6 is the highest.
Yeah, so the 6, which is a success, and the chain begins to burn for another HP. And it's fairly weakened. The consequence of that yourself it was a 6, right?
Yes.
The right smack dab in the middle. Consequence wise is that it wouldn't matter. Consequence wise, without your hold on, give me a second, because I'm trying to think about how to phrase this.
Did I burn Brazen Snoot?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Brazen, you have another you'll have an HP taken off as well.
So that's 2 down.
You're 2 down. Gotcha. And now we're up because somebody was charging her laser. And it's her turn now. So she gets more than 3. She's a kaiju. One more. I wanna. There she is. There's a D8. Let's see if you hear the won't. Oh, look at that. All right, so the whole, almost as if it's like lightning, the entire plains light up as this atomic beam sort of carves its way into the earth towards these 2 angels that are standing there. And it hits, I'm gonna have everybody outside of says that in Val's accent. Everyone outside of the barrier, make me an athletics check.
Even those on the
What am
floor?
I? What about me? I'm falling.
You're yeah, make an athletics check in the middle of the air, or an arcana check if you have like magic that can sort of help you. I'm giving you a reaction. What is everyone doing to avoid getting hit by this beam?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So like, for example, like brazing, everyone sees it coming. Leah, you can allow you an assist on one person from something from behind. But just kind of going down. Brazen, what are you doing to avoid this beam?
Just tanking it, baby.
Just tanking it. So it'll be an
Just
athletics
taking
from
it all
you.
in.
Yeah.
Well, I got an 8.
You got an 8? Okay, great. Rowan, what are you doing to get out of it?
I imagine that it's almost as if it's not Rowan's conscious, it's the subconscious connection to the earth that kicks in, and literally the plants themselves will just wrap around and pull them out of the way.
Okay.
Got an 8.
An 8. Go ahead and
Just the one, yeah.
spend some SP on that one.
Sure.
For that. Autumn, what is your way of getting out of the way?
I rolled a 7 and an 8, and I envision Autumn sees this laser charging up and it's like, oh crap, dangling from the glaive, and starts doing athletics to start spinning around the pole. And then right as the laser starts coming, jumps up into the air to avoid the brunt of the laser as it just like powers through exactly where I was.
All right. And Bree, what are you doing?
So y'all better have seen Point Break, because this is going to be my reference point. Okay, so you know when in Point Break where they do all of the skydiving stuff and they do the little swimmy thing so they can get together and do the little thing on the top? Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna take the terrible fucking cape that she got from fucking the wizard guy, and she's gonna try her best to like make like a little thing and then like try and swim. Air swim.
Try to
away
swim.
From the...
All right.
And I got a 6, so technically I kind of survived by athletics.
Yeah, you just didn't have to fail to survive this, essentially. That's all I really needed, was for y'all not to fail. As this beam just like slams into this angels, which in turns slams the angels' bodies into the barriers, which makes the bomb go off. But the bomb was already set to where that it wasn't going to hurt anyone within the barrier. And I think that is a perfect time with this flash bang of a mushroom cloud happening, to go to break. Hey, what's up? We're back, everyone. Just doing girly things like fighting God. Like, fighting God is very girly pop. I'm just gonna throw that out right now. Like, so, when we left off just 20 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, however, I can't count. There was our girly pop snail Betsy just did some level of nuking onto these two angels. Just a heads up, Sarah, my invite link went off for my yeah. Cool. Yeah, Brett, I just want to be able to get that up before I keep going for our hearing impaired. Next. Hopefully that's working. Yeah, it looks like it is. Wonderful. All right, cool. Now back to business as usual. Everyone who's outside of this barrier were able to save. So they're able to sort of like land however y'all cinematically without using anything are able to get onto the ground as this dust settles. The big guys are gone. Well, they're not there, you can't see them up there anymore. Like what you sort of see as like this dust settles is two very human sized figures. And for those of you who are close enough, recognize one of them as the changeling from the first episode that the one that pretended to be pregnant that said they were working for Metatron. They are straddling their sibling with their hands around their throat, who is also changeling in appearance as well. Leah, I am assuming that you have probably rushed. The barrier broke. People are okay. Like there's a little bit of damage to some of the buildings themselves, but as far as like people go, the people are fine. But y'all sort of all, so I'm assuming you're probably running through the city to go to physically, or even flying, however you want to get there, to be with your companions once
Can I
again.
fly again? Can I fly? It's
Yeah, you
great.
can fly.
Oh,
You're-
sweet. I can
You're a
fly.
fucking you're a bird.
Well, I didn't put it down as an ability. I didn't want to cheat.
It's just your body. Like,
I know.
our game, we can play however we want.
Okay.
Yeah. And y'all are all sort of there as you are sort of seeing this. What do you do?
Round will try to like fly up a little bit. It's a little wonky, the flying, and sort of like, you know, when Tinkerbell's being told that people don't believe in fairies and the light starts to like spark out. I imagine there's a bit
Yeah.
of that going on with this teeny little fairy trying to fly over to their friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Fairy, you're not falling to your death. Like, you saved, so you have all landed safely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all are all in the scene safely, cinematically.
Okay.
I was about to change my answer. Just be like, I am flying to catch Bree. Just
Well, I
bird.
assumed at some point I wasn't actually going to fall to my death, but like something weird was going to happen. But if I've already been saved by my weird little swimming thing, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
You like
You're-
Breath of the Wild did your, you know, you use your cape as a little flotation device.
Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, what do y'all do? What's going on?
This is the first time seeing everybody in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello there, everybody.
Do we actually have time to chat, or like, are we gonna,
Mhm.
or is the
It's
thing gonna eat us?
The follow-up is, are you all okay while we're flying over there? She's
Yeah.
making sure you're okay before she lays into something else.
And you look different now from what we have seen you previously, correct?
It's much more avian features. It's much more like it's humanoid, but it's humanoid in the sense of like I'm bipedal. That's about the last bit of
Which
humanoid I
all
have left.
birds are.
Technically, yeah. So this is not even really that humanoid anymore. It's humanoid in the sense of like orientation and like body posture and such. But
Are
the
you
features are much more
like
bird.
are you what
I'm
kind
still
of height are
6
you
feet,
now?
baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say you're even taller at this point. I would even peg you around
Yes.
9.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like,
Nice.
Get to
and
be
then
a bird
when you
and
can go,
giant. It's so
yes.
good. My life is complete.
Yeah.
In that case, Round's only answer without verbalizing is just kind of like fly over it and just land sadly on your shoulder. The little sputtering light. Can we see any imminent dangerous entities from where we are?
I mean, Metatron is choking out Sandalphon. Like,
Oh.
that's what y'all see. Like,
Good for them.
More power to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bree's gonna crawl out from underneath bushes and stuff, like stuff in her hair, because she came floating in, and just sit down and start eating foods because she's stressed. She's stressed. No words, just stress.
Yeah.
Brazen is absolutely still way too hyped, and full of adrenaline, and is absolutely acting like a gym robot. Is like, whoa, let's go.
You ready to go join the chokeout? Like
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it like it's the best wrestling in the world.
It is turning into a wrestling match at this point. So, like, someone has like flipped the sibling over, like gets the chain, and it's like, like, you know, trying to get one to submit to the other, essentially.
Whoa,
think-
he's jumping off the ley lines.
think Leah's gonna summon the staff and walk forward, having Rowan perched on her shoulder, and she's just doing what she's giving like nice pets to Rowan to like calms her down, and just sort of taps the staff on the ground and going, "Are you two finished?"
One of them looks up at you, and whoever is kind of like in charge, and instinctively just like hisses, like, and you realize that it's this is the one. There are some differences in their features, and this is the one that you are familiar with, and they're in charge. And it's not just like, you know, this Leah as Metatron, but just as you heard the name Elijah before, as you look upon Metatron in this visage again, you hear in your brain ping the name Enoch.
Enoch, Elijah, are you going to still act like children, or are we going to have a conversation that doesn't involve me binging both of you on the head, separate you two?
Enoch just growls with their hands straddling their sibling. They are straddling their sibling in the hands around their throat. Like looks up at you. The chain still attached to each of them. It's trying to free itself. You get the sense of that from its sibling Siphon, because it's still happening.
I think Leah's gonna go over, and she is going to like touch the chain with her with her claw or talons, actually, and she is going to try and like heat it up and burn it like right through the middle to one of the links that's connecting them, to try and break it.
Go ahead and roll, and use an SP with that.
If anyone would like to join in on this while I roll, I'm more than happy.
I got some
Yeah.
SP left.
Come on, combo move, everybody.
Everybody combo.
Can I start wrapping tendrils and vines and plant matter around the chain, like to act as kindling for the fire, so that the fire spreads quicker?
Absolutely. Anybody else wants to add something to it?
I can make a magical pressure washer.
I can increase the it was fire you were using?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can increase the heat.
You know what? Everybody just go ahead and make your roll, and let's see if, if one person just has to succeed for it to succeed, sort of thing. But if one person gets two, like, let me know. So everybody
Is this
roll.
Arcana?
If you're using magic, yes. If you're using something physical, it would be athletics.
Yeah, I like the beam idea that we're doing.
And
we're all
if you
doing
are
magic, so
using something with Arcana, you need to take an SP away. So
yeah. I have some to spare.
Highest is a 7 for me.
Okay.
8 for me.
An 8 for Angela. Okay.
I got a 6.
6. All right.
2 sevens.
2 sevens and a 3. Yeah, Brazen, you try.
Yeah.
You were giving encouraging
I'm hooting,
words.
hollering.
You're hooting and you're howling. You're singing the song of your people as it's happening, kind of like a husky, like just with the vines and the pressure and the fire, you see the stress of this siphon chain just pull and tear until it almost looks like it doesn't want to give, but with the combination with your powers combined, it gives, and the two of them separate. Metatron gets to their feet and takes like several steps back away from their sibling on the ground, sort of like where almost in solidarity with the rest of you, like clearly like indicating that they are not a threat to you whatsoever. They are on your side, and they've been on your side. They were your quest giver. Like, just in the course of 10 months, somebody got caught. And Sandalphon sort of like coughs and gets to their kind of like rolls to their side and like gets up on their elbow. And you know, as they stand up, like the changeling flesh sort of melts from their visage in that grotesque manner, and you see a man who has very like not an old man, brown skin, this curly dark brown hair, very like Abrahamic features, very similar to what his sibling looked like when his sibling was the pregnant woman, but like this is like a more like masculine form of that, and eventually gets to his feet, wiping his mouth of blood and grime with the back of his hand, sort of standing off with the six of you. Well, 7, because there's a gecko with a cutlass. So, like, just it takes him a while to get there, but he's there. Like,
Wait, did he survive the beam?
Oh, absolutely. Of course he did. Everyone in the barrier's fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No's fine. Yeah. You know, stands next to Leah. Let's go, boss. How do y'all approach this combat, this encounter?
Gosh, are we about to have our Avengers Endgame moment? Just all these different powers all coming in.
Well, there is the violent way.
Yeah.
You can choose that. Yeah.
I think Rowan knows Leah well enough, and we were given already the heads up about kind of what was going on inside the bubble, and so knowing that there's potential that this is something Leah could step into role wise, we'll just kind of give an encouraging little like nudge at the side of your head because I'm sitting on your shoulder. You should tell him that it's time. It's time for him to step down. We don't have to use violence.
Sandalphon shorter than me, by the way, Val?
No.
Or is it just the fags laid out on the floor after
Yeah,
the
he's
crap beat
standing
out?
up, and even in their more like mortal form, they can get as big or as small as they want, sort of thing. So I think like almost like what happens when he stands up and realizes that he is shorter than you, like the
Try and
manlet
puff
that he
himself up more?
is, his body just like stretches to your height. Yeah, and just shifts to your height.
Jerk. That's a
Yeah.
bullshit power to have. I want that power.
Yeah. It's changeling. Well, their mortal form is anyway.
I think Leo will walk forward and say, I think it is best for you to be relieved of this position. I do not think you know what it takes to be here for life.
I gave my life, my heritage, my mortality, and my existence for this. I am the first one to do this. It took a millennia. And we have brats like you and that stupid Nephilim that are doing it in decades.
You're unmuted. Lovely.
Oh, so thank you. Just because you've been doing something for a long time does not mean you have been doing it well.
It also doesn't mean that they should take our place. Kill our children.
Do you know what it's like to actually think about your children more than what they should have been doing for you?
Of course.
And yet you held out on them the joy of life, on knowing that hopes, dreams, possibilities for them to live their own lives, to have their own worth that they create in the world. You held out on them. You told them no to this joy. Look at all of them. And like, I think if like she had all see Sandalphon like being like trying to say a response, she just like actually reaches forward her hand and says, look at them. Like, look at all of like the young kids that have emerged.
Roll an acting roll, please.
I'm glad I put one in this now. I don't expect it to go well.
Anyone can
Yeah.
assist if they want. Yeah, who would like to assist?
Is Rowan having been there and contribute to the conversation already count for that? Or would you need
Anyone,
more?
you know what I would like? Can anyone give a tiny little like cheer boost of anger if anyone wants to give it, like in this moment, for their character to air their frustrations in this situation? I would like to hear that. Does Bree have something she wants to yell at Sandalphon? You're muted.
I know. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I am pondering my character's motivations right now.
Okay. Does Autumn have anything they want to yell at Sandalphon?
The whole time this is going on, Autumn's I'm standing off on the side. I've probably fished my glaive off of the ground somewhere after it fell out of Sandalphon's face. And I look at this entity and just say, these people that you scoff at have worked hard to make a life for themselves, to try and find joy out of what they can in such short time. And you've selfishly robbed everyone of that. I think it's time you step back and listen. Or else, and I just kind of heft the haft of my glaive and leave it at that.
Brazen, is there anything you're gonna yell at Sandalphon?
I think you're a dick, dude. Like, just straight up.
Reese is gonna start nodding and pointing and be like, yeah, that is exactly it.
Like, these guys are, like, all of these fine folks are making great points and everything, but I don't have more, like, nuance other than to say I think you're just being straight up dickish, you know? Big dick.
Around we'll go to like a normal kind of size form. And stand beside Leah. I for one understand that you lost your children. And that must be awful. I can't imagine how much pain you must be in because of that. And I don't think it's fair that you robbed everyone else's chance to have children because of it. But I think maybe now is the time to step back and mourn your own losses. And allow life to return. And I can think of no finer person to take up your mantle than who is perhaps the most compassionate and loving person I've ever met.
Leah, go ahead and roll that acting roll with 4 extra d8.
The highest roll amongst all of those is 7.
With the 7, you sort of see Sandalphon's the siege drain as you're not sure if they get it. But what they do understand is that they can't win here. Not with their sibling, a new god, an Eldritch Fae, an iron werewolf, a wizard otter, and a flying cauldron hobbit. They are outmatched. And a gecko with a cutlass. Like, just completely outmatched. Hobbit Yaga. I love it. Chat is phenomenal sometimes. And you see them take, and it's interesting because y'all are in like this giant ditch that this beam had formed, right? And he sort of like looks over all of you and looks at you, Leah, and is like, okay, fine, it's yours. And just turns around and starts walking away.
There's no ceremony, no specific transfer of power, anything that needs to happen here. Do I just like have your power now? This isn't even me teasing you. I'm just legitimately confused about how some of this works.
If you give them new life and vitality, they will worship you and you will get power. That's all power really comes from, is being believed in. Don't you forget about me.
Emmett Bell. I was so ready for this to be even more emotional, and then you throw
Sorry,
that.
it
I wanna
is
laugh.
also emotional. Listen, the ADHD just had to do it. Because
It's
David
perfectly
Bowie
fine.
is always emotional.
it is true. That is true. Like, I need to take a moment because I have to pee. So
Yeah.
again, so let me go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll do some interesting wrap ups here.
Okay, gang, what other songs could fit under this emotional montage?
Conversely to Don't Forget About Me, I'm thinking of the Simpsons episode where they one of the Treehouse of Horrors where they have all of the mascots come to life, and the only way to make them go away is to not pay attention to them. And they're like, just don't look, just don't look.
Jesus Christ. I have not thought about that episode in years.
That's all I can think of with Sandalphon right now.
My head goes to the end of The Perks of Being a Wallflower and hearing Heroes by David Bowie now that Bree's mentioned David
Yeah.
Bowie.
See, I was on the cool guys always walk away from explosions, given that everything's kind of on fire right now, and he's just slowly walking away from it.
Also
Bree has marshmallows and stick.
Yeah.
Now I want a s'more.
would also like us more.
Holy
But
s'mores, if you will.
my other thought was that like the Avengers Endgame moment has happened is being mentioned in chat. I just imagine at the end of the first Avengers where like Loki, he gets up from being smashed by Hulk and he just looks over and just Hawkeye is just like has the arrow drawn back and he's like if it doesn't make much of a difference to you, I'd like the drink now. And I'm just like, Sandalphon needs a drink and time to grieve and mourn.
I don't have any alcohol, but I do have space brownies.
Sandalphon
You
does
never
walk-
leave the house without the space brownies.
You do have space radishes, also cosmic radishes, but Sandalphon does walk off and seemingly dissipates into the atmosphere. Their power here, their domain here on Yggdrasil no longer remains. However, like all cosmic beings, there is a plane out there somewhere that recognizes Elijah, the prophet that became Sandalphon. Man becomes angel, becoming God out there in the cosmos that maybe he will find peace in. But it's not here, not where you all reside. You have a moment before we get into what does life look for all of you post Sandalphon on this plane. You are hailed as heroes, worshipped even. Not necessarily in the sense of gods like Leah is, but venerated almost as saints, living icons for saving life on this plane. What does that life look at for all of you now?
No, Bree has, I think, always been kind of okay with not having kids because her children is her dishes, right? She gets to make a whole bunch. Everybody gets to enjoy them. So she just continues on doing what she does
of
best.
my children.
Exactly. She wants you to consume her children. Eat them, and tell her how wonderful it is. So she's going to continue on trying to make her little cookbook and making yummy foods but right after the battle and everything, I think she's gonna sit down and make everybody's favorite foods so that they can chill out after the big fight. Also, I don't think that the cosmic radishes that make people horny should be given to Sandalphon. I think he's horny enough already. It's a bad idea. It'll probably just frustrate him more. That's why I suggested the space brownies. Little chiller.
you can cosmic pigeon carry him some space brownies through ley lines wherever he's at if you want. Just send him little gift bags once in a while. Hi, sorry that we beat you up. Enjoy.
Sorry we
Mhm.
deposed you from godhood.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here's an Uber Eats with space brownies in it for
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Here's
the
your
c-
fruit basket with like, yeah.
We provided antidepressants. Here you go. Please get therapy.
And a number to a good therapist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Autumn, what does life look like for you?
Good question.
Mhm.
How here's a practical question.
Mhm.
When does Yelesh retire?
Eventually, soon, like maybe at the end of this episode. Like, Yelesh is and has prepares you to essentially take his place as this sort of go between the tree, the cosmos, and guardians of the ley lines, if you would have it.
Yeah, so I think I'd take on that responsibility, but I also think there would be a change in management style
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
the sense of Autumn's not doing clones anymore
That's fine.
because life is precious and we should all aspire to live our best life with what we're given. And I think Autumn would spend time traveling from city to city, performing magical feats for folks, maybe spreading some goodwill instead of just holding up inside of an underground tower
Mm-hmm.
in a bathrobe. And I also think Autumn would make a point of visiting with their brother and their parents every now and then, I guess. But realistically, just traveling and enjoying some freedom, knowing that they get to do good works and be the important wizard behind the scenes.
The traveling mage who is out there to do good. Becoming a bit of a legend amongst especially the ground folk compared to the underdark folk of Yggdrasil. Very good. Brazen, what does life look for you post Sanophon?
I think none of the icon status really gets to Brazen's head at all. Nothing to get to there, but I think if everyone's going their separate ways, sort of, Brazen definitely goes back to her tried and true mercenary band. And like, I guess how far forward are we allowed to flash here?
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
because
does it look like? Yeah. Retirement.
I think it's retirement from fighting and like being an active mercenary. But I think even though Brazen doesn't have any kids, they still love to train in and experience youth like that because it was gone for so long that just yeah, encouraging kids to have as much useful energy for as long as possible. So I think that they love to be a teacher in some aspects, but that's mainly like fighting teacher. I don't think they're a good educator otherwise. But
You become the sensei of of the werewolf
essentially,
world.
but
Yeah, I love
yeah.
it.
But yeah, just cultivating youth and cherishing it, I guess.
Rowan, what's it look like for you?
Rowan wants to remain close to Leah. I think in the beginning, takes a little bit of time to just go and find where they believe Sandalphon is. To create a garden of mourning for him, if he ever should need it. But around this place, where Leah's kind of created her area, I think Rowan tries to pull through what had been that sort of fey realm, if you will, of their homeland, to create a mirror of it here on Yggdrasil, and kind of has a grove, and without necessarily intending to, becomes a little archfey with a domain of their own in this area. And because it's close to Leah and her energy, her vitality, will start to create life there, but very much is selling it with Leah that they're kind of creating babies that are theirs, because I feel like they, I imagine they'll have had many a conversation about what is going on between the two of them, because we ship it. And yeah, I think the first life that they create doing that and sort of present to Leah their babies is a little clutch of they're fae, but they're also birds, to kind of tie their two energies together. But instead of a phoenix, they are hummingbirds, because they represent joy and healing. So it's like a combination of everything that Leah and Rowan both are. And yeah, just starts to settle into a life together with all of their little babies. Yeah, you're welcome, Angela. I can see that face. That's
Keeping it
it.
together. You can't prove nothing. Sarah, our producer, can't clip this at all to note it and use it against me later.
So that is what
yeah.
Rowan does.
And Leah, newly ascended avatar of new life and vitality, what does your life look like? What does your new eternity look like?
I've been thinking about this while folks have been talking, and I think I know exactly what it is. That it is and this is inspired greatly by a lot of the moms who I've known in my life. So this is, I think, a love letter to them as well. I think there is a period of time in her new status of godhood where she becomes very protective, as she was at the start. She looks to all of her children with adoration and love and potential, and she puts all of her time and energy into making space and time for them to let life flourish around her and throughout where Yggdrasil's influence can spread. I think she returns to the lands below and also looks to the spots where she grew up that were like refugee spaces, that were spaces where folks were dealing with difficult lives and made it much easier for them. And I think in the midst of all of that, there's a period, I think, where she loses herself a while in that sense of being mother, of being the one who takes care of her children. But I think in having the space with Rowan, who is, if I have this right, Emma, is an entity who embodies chaos, which in some might interpret that as just there is no order, there is no real attachment. Another way of looking at it is it means that change and possibility is forever at the forefront of what you are. And I like that sense because I think Rowan is, in a way, oddly grounding for Leah's sense of like responsibility and carving everything out of who she needs to be into the life she's made for her children. And I think seeing what Rowan has done for her gives her a reminder to be like, I also need to be who I am. I need to be my own person who isn't just that. I could never give up the happiness that this role, that these domains which I watch over bring me. But Sandalphon became, in my view of it, or at least I think in Leah's view of it, partially what he did because he had loss and then he had nothing else to cling to. It's like, well, you know what? This is my job. I have to put everything into that. So all of you get to suffer along with me. And it's like, no, I need to be my own person too. I need to know the joys of being a mother and protecting them and loving them. But I also need to remember, in the way that Rowan, I think, grounds Leah, there's space for love. There's space to think, to create, to be something else than just that. It is part of me. It is not all of me. Life is ever filled with so many more things than just that, no matter how wonderful it is. So I think she does the thing that I think she never thought she would ever get to be, with not thinking she should have existed before. She becomes her own person.
She fully exists. Oh my god, that dog. Sorry, I just see the ears of Myron. Adorable. As the time goes by for all of you, for both Brazen and Autumn and Bree, the three of you notice is the spark of divinity that lies within you. And though it is not currently your time, there may be a time where you will ascend to pass what you are at some point as well, where your mortality becomes immortal and your immortality becomes eternal. And in that vitality, you notice you age slower than the things around you sometimes, that you are stronger or wiser. But then for Rowan and Leah, maybe you're together at this point, maybe y'all are not. The two of you feel this calling and this pull, and you know it is the world tree calling for you together.
Hey babe, do you feel that?
But Leah fussing, like, has a giant cookbook open and she's voting, and then she's like, okay, so you add more paprika, and this nearly drops the container into the
There's
pot.
just hummingbirds everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like, ma'am,
Little
ma'am,
fairies
ma'am,
everywhere.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Sentient flowers, it's
mommy,
all here. Yeah.
mommy really needs to focus on her cooking right now so I can feed all of you. It's like, ma'am. It's like, oh god. Yes, dear. I did feel that. I think we should probably take care of that. Should I get Brazen to be a babysitter again?
It's fine. The older siblings will look after them. That's what you have lots of children for, right?
That and farm hands. I don't
Yeah,
know
they
why.
become the babysitters. Yeah, that's your role as the elder sibling.
Oh man, becoming like getting more trauma, different kinds of trauma on your
As the
children.
eldest sibling, listen, it's real.
Yeah.
You're
was
older. You
middle
should know
sibling.
better. Yeah.
I am also the oldest. Yeah.
Yeah.
What oldest sibling? You mean third parent?
Third parent.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. This is a good ending. This is a good ending.
This is a good ending. We're leaving that.
We're
Yeah.
happy
You come
ending.
up. Our many wonderful, lovely children will look after themselves. It's fine.
Well, they could be grown. They're fake creatures. They can deal.
Yeah.
The two of you know how to get there. In fact, you might even say hi to Autumn on your way there.
Mm-hmm.
As you go through the ley lines to go to this gathering, and you find yourselves, the sapling has grown. It's not like to the size of this flat trunk anymore. But you know, it isn't just you that's there. There is this enormous wolf with lots of eyes. There is this faceless chef that is just with a giant frying pan that's hanging out making radishes. There is the black dog crying tears of gold. There is a half man, half spider. There's Saya riding on the back of a giant blonde wolf. There is Atu there with his banjo, and a few others. There's also Metatron that is gathered.
Is No here
Yes,
at
absolutely.
the end of all things?
No is a god.
Nono is a god. Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
All
Nono
along.
is
Yeah.
He
definitely.
has ascended.
A
Mhm,
god
he
of
is ascended.
organization and
No,
storage.
No's the god of unions.
Yes,
God of
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
God
of
of
course Nono is
inventory
there.
check.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
really like, are we being like pulled into the principal's office? What's going on here?
You know, Atu kind of looks at everyone here and has his book in his hand and closes it, and he's like, well, all right. Looks like everyone who's supposed to be here is here. It's time to get started on changing the world. As the new gods.
I'm gonna fuck up the moon so bad.
One stomach at a time.
And I think that's our end here.
Yay!
And it is
Thanks,
started
everybody.
with confusion and gay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's now for gay chaos. So it's thank you everyone for coming and showing up for these past 6 weeks as we went on to this little adventure. Brainwise, Sarah, can you just give me a link of what I need to announce? I apologize. I don't have it in front of me. Appreciate it, producer. My auditory processing will not go in that. Appreciate it. But while we do that, we're doing our giveaway, last call for our giveaway, correct? So I think that will roll, if we want to roll that, and announce the winners to our giveaway here.
Woo!
I don't have that in front of me. That's on Angie, when Angie's
Yes,
ready.
I am.
Mhm.
I was doing the last poke in chat in case anyone else has wanted to do it, but now we're about to go. Woo!
Woo! Drum
All right, everybody,
roll!
we have some entries. We about to draw, and 3, 2, 1. Let us draw for the first one. Okay, girls, when this world's full, not that one. Okay, and we have Fairy. You already have the game, do you not? No, fairy.
Fairy, no.
Fairy
Saying
doesn't.
fairy, not Sarah. Oh, fairy, you
yeah.
don't have the game.
Yeah.
Then the two winners are Miss Winford and Fairy. I'm about to tag y'all right now.
Nice.
Tag y'all in
Congratulations.
chat. There you go. There you go,
Yeah.
folks. You just got to get in contact with us through Twitter, and we'll
Twitter.
message you, or we'll probably get you into, or we'll probably talk to you through Discord. We're gonna get you that sort of thing, and you're gonna be great. You're gonna have a new game. It's gonna have more gay than you could ever expect.
I have to say, the accent reminded me. Yelesh is also there.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Also
Yelesh
there.
ascended to godhood?
Yeah, like part of
fuck?
his like trial was doing what he was doing down there.
He did. Yeah, he did
Like,
I
say he
mean,
was
to
trying.
be fair,
Yeah.
he was a wizard for a while. I would
he was a
assume
wizard
eventually.
he was a wizard making gods. So essentially, when you think about it, like, he's there. All right. So things we got going on. So for tomorrow, everyone, be sure to join Fires of Sharn at 8 p.m. For the finale of the Eberron series. We are having a Go Dark week, August 1st through 7th. So we'll see you back on August 8th. And we're casting for 4 new projects. So I believe all those are either in the community discords or the Twitters. But look for that, because there's a lot of new shows coming to sign up for. But with that, we're just gonna say, who are we? What are we doing? What's going on before we sound off? Hi everyone, my name was Roserade or Valdranth on the internet here. And my husband's grunting as he puts his pants on for work. But you can find me pretty much everywhere at Valdranth, or on the threads at Valdranth TTRPG. I'm on all the new socials, even though I haven't set them up yet, as those things. And as far as like what I do, I produce TTRPGs for me and my friends. And the only thing I have in my pipeline currently is on September 1st, I will be running on my channel an Extra Life charity stream for the entire week. There are 9 games. Some of us here will be, in fact, 3 of us here are running some stuff. I'm running a Tremors game, so coming full circle here, like from the beginning of the stream, and I'm very excited. We're doing this for a good cause. It's the whole reason I started streaming, was because of Extra Life, and gave me a purpose to be here with y'all today. So that's me. That's where you can find me. And we'll just go same order from intros and just go with Gask. You're up first, friend.
Hello, my name is Gaskinator, and I don't think I have anything to shout out because I'm pre-recording stuff, so I don't exactly know when they're coming out, other than maybe September, so keep an eye out in a month's time. Other than that, shout out to the Barbie movie. It's incredible. It's poisoned my brain in the best way possible. If you haven't seen it, go watch. That's my shout out.
Cool. Emma, you're up.
Yep. Hi everyone. It is Emma, Hummel on the internet. You will find me at Hummelu on all of the socials. I'm on I know Blue Sky is the main current jumping off point from everybody leaving the hell site that is X. You will see me here not next week because of Go Dark Week, but the week after will be the second episode for the Aliens RPG, of which I am a player. The premiere was last night and it was absolutely incredible. So either check it out in VODs or on YouTube when it is up there, which will only be a couple of days away. You will also see me on Val's channel for Extra Life. You'll see me in chat for whenever I can, whenever I'm not working. But I am also playing in the middle Saturday game for a Candela Obscura game, and then I am running Mass Effect of Be in Space and Be Gay and Do Crime. Is my my game. So that's me.
Last year we did Dragon Age. We were on a pirate ship doing gay and being crime, and now we're on a spaceship.
Yes,
doing gay
yeah.
and doing crime.
It's
Gotcha.
You know what? It's my vibe.
Yep. Right. I got smooches. Cool. Angie, you're up.
Hello there, lovely beans and fantastic viewers who've been with us, whether from the beginning or just tuning in for this last bit of gay fantasy JRPG shenanigans, which is brand. It's great.
Brand.
I will increase my brand will be fantasy and birds and just increase which fantasies are included. It's great.
Mhm.
This has been a wonderful time. I have been so excited to be part of this group, and I am so excited for the one shot I'll be getting to do for part Resi Raids / Valdrian's Extra Life, where we have a game of scary monsters and nice sprites, folks. We get to flirt as monsters, and I will even spoil
My brand.
yes, Val's brand. It has also now become more of my brand in the off hours, which is the best situation for us both. But just as a nice spoiler, surprising nobody, I'm going to be a draconic succubus. So enjoy that thought
Excellent.
going forward. Yes, I'll be dragon succubus. I'm looking
Why not?
forward to that game so much. You have no idea. It's so good. But that is me. That is the biggest thing. Oh, and also, if you are writers, Zine 5 Harvest app is already out. If you would like to write on the theme of harvest and about imagining different possibilities and growing and tending to the seeds of your own life and seeing how they come to fruition, check that out for Girls Write These Worlds. I'm only plugging it aggressively because I'm the creative director, and this is also
Cool.
my brand. That's me.
Right. Ren.
Me. Hi, I'm Ren. I go by Thorny Dryad everywhere on the internet. That's like a prickly bush. You can find me on my own Twitch channel where I do variety streaming, TTRPG charity work, and you can also find me on the podcast Roads Uncharted. It is the first ever longest running Genesis AP podcast, which can be downloaded and listened to anywhere your favorite podcast hosting sites can be found. I have a number of projects that go on. Sundays on my Twitch channel at Thorny Dryad, you can catch me in a Star Trek Adventures campaign that is going for about 10 episodes or so. I also have a monthly Masks, a New Generation AP that happens on Sundays at 1 p.m. And last but not least, I have a Ryutama AP set for Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. It is a game called Seeds of Magic. We've got a wonderful cast, a whimsical story, and there's perhaps dragons in it. I don't know. You'd have to watch and find out. Maybe it's a good time. That's about all I've got going on. Thanks for having
All
me.
right. Alrighty. So, assuming my cat lets me have a conversation here. I'm Fairy Zarina. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Fairy Zarina. Yep, be good. Let me finish my thoughts, eh? I'm gonna be live. No convo, only cat. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna be live with Dead by Daylight in like an hour after this. Which I do every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also catch me on Val's channel for her the charity thing. There's a magical kitty game, and I have decided to sign up because I want to be a magical kitty. I swear to God, cat. Anyway, that's what I'm up to.
All right. Cool. And I think with that, we're done. We're done. Everyone applaud.
Yes. We're
Give
rating
yourself a
D8
round of
Dungeon.
applause. Great job. Great
We're
job.
rating D8 Dungeon, everybody, for a charity one-shot weekend for Trans Lifeline.
Yay!
Hype.
Let's go.
Trans Lives Matter.